अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुलंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. So we are very happy to be with all of you live from Kanchipuram, and you must be hearing some sound of Advik also. So Advik and Rohita, they are here. We are just concluding our this yatra. So today we wanted to discuss something from the life and teachings of Sripad Ramanujacarya and what happened at Kanchipuram, because that is what I am currently meditating and thinking about. Let me give the privilege to carry all of you also to Kanchipuram, Srirangam, these areas where very wonderful pastimes of Sripad Ramanujacarya and his disciples are being done. And we shall be learning very good lessons from these teachings. Let us offer our prayers to Sripad Ramanujacarya and then start. So Kanchipuram, see, whenever we go to any dham, that dham yatra is called as, there is one of the devotional, there are different ways by which we express our devotion to the Lord. There are different ways by which we express our devotion to Lord, and one of the way of expressing devotion to Lord is going to yatra. One of the way of expressing devotion to Lord is going to yatra, like Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, Padasevana, like that. These are different Navavidha Bhakti. This is called Navavidha Bhakti, by which we offer our devotion to Shri Krishna or Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu. I hope my sound is clear.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So these are the 9 different ways by which we offer our service to Krishna or express our love to Krishna. And coming to Dham is Pada Sevanam. Coming to Dham is called as Pada Sevanam. This is one of the way to express our devotion to the Lord. That Pada Sevanam means we are worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord. That is what is Dhama Seva when we come to any Dham. And especially this Kanchipuram and Srirangam Dham and Tirupati Dham, these 3 Dhams are very, very important for Shri Vaishnavas. Shri Vaishnavas means those who are like coming in the line of Lakshmi Devi. There are 4 authorized Sampradayas: Brahma Sampradaya, Shri Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya, and Rudra Sampradaya. Sampradaya means what? You can say it as a university. The way we take admission into particular university and then graduate our education and everything. Similarly, for spiritual life, there are 4 authorized universities. What are they? Brahma Sampradaya, starting from Lord Brahma; Shri Sampradaya, starting from Lakshmi Devi; Rudra Sampradaya, starting from Lord Shiva; and Kumar Sampradaya, starting from four Kumaras. So particularly we ISKCON, this organization comes in Brahma Sampradaya, and in particular Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, and Shri Sampradaya, it comes from Lakshmi Devi. Hmm. From Lakshmi Devi it comes, and then gradually the most prominent Acharya is Sripad Ramanujacarya in a Shri Sampradaya. So Tirupati is called as Tirumalai, Srirangam is called as Koil, and Kanchipuram is called as Perumal Koil. So these three are very very important holy places in Shri Sampradaya, and presently we are at Kanchipuram, the place of sacrifice and renunciation. Hmm. So Kanchipuram is known for Varadaraj Swami. Why it is called as Kanchi? Ka means Brahma and Chi means worshipped. So where Lord Brahma worshipped Lord Vishnu, that is why it is called as Kanchi. So here this is the place for even Vaishnavas, Shaivites, and as well as Shaktas. Shaktas means they are the worshippers of Shakti. They are called as Shaktas. So this is the place for even Vaishnavas, even Shaivites, and even Shaktas also. And this place is visited by even Balramji, Nityananda Prabhu, Madhvacharya, and many different acharyas in our line. Especially when we are talking about Sri Kanchipuram and here the different Vaishnava acharyas. So the most important which comes is Srila Kanchipurna. Kanchipurna is a devotee who was able to, who used to speak with Lord Varadaraj daily. Kanchipurna, he used to speak with Varadaraj daily. So you can consider like this. These are the hierarchy of the acharyas. Like Yamunacharya is the senior most, and Yamunacharya had many disciples. One of them is Kanchipurna, then Kanchipurna, Mahapurna, Goshtipurna, Shailapurna. These are the one of few prominent disciples of Yamunacharya, who are the Mahapurna, Goshtipurna, Kanchipurna, Shailapurna. Shailapurna is in Tirupati, Kanchipurna is in Kanchipuram, Mahapurna is in Srirangam, and Goshtipurna is in Tirukoshtiur. Goshtipurna is in Tirukoshtiur, then Kanchipurna is in Kanchipuram, Mahapurna is in Srirangam, and Shailapurna is in Tirupati. So like that, these different Vaishnava acharyas are there who played as a role of a spiritual master of Sripad Ramanujacarya, and then after them in the line comes Sripad Ramanujacarya. It is like that. So it so happened that Kanchipurna, he used to worship here Varadaraj. The presiding deity of Kanchipuram is Sri Varadaraj Swami. This Varadaraj Swami or Varadaraj Perumal, he is known for giving benediction. Varadaraj. He is a Varada. Varada means what? Benedict. Varadaraj is like a one who gives benediction to his devotees. It's called as Varadaraj. He is expert in that. And he has in his three hands there is a Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and in sorry Shankha Chakra and Gada in three hands, and thus one hand in which generally Padma is there, in generally lotus is there, but here in his hand is in like a Varada, or it is benedicting mudra. Hmm? And on that it is written Ma Suchaha. What is written? Ma Suchaha. Ma Sucha means do not fear. What is the meaning of Ma Sucha? Ma Sucha means do not fear. So Lord Varadaraj want to tell us that if you surrender to me, you need not to fear anything. Yes, Mataji, you want to say something, Gita Mataji?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. So Mahasucha means do not fear. Like that, who is telling to whom? Varadraj is telling to all his whoever comes for the taking darshan of Varadraj Swami, it is like that. So every day, Kanchipurna used to fan Varadraj Swami. There is a big pastime how Varadraj Swami appeared here. Brahmaji actually he was doing his yagya, he was doing his puja, he was performing a yagya sacrifice, and he was wanted to do it for the pleasure of the Lord. But there comes many vignas, many problems. They come in the worship of the Lord. in the worship, and every time Lord helps him to come out. So in our life also, I will not describe, because main thing I want to tell about Ramanujacharya, how Lord came, is also very amazing. Similarly, in our life also, when we are doing our sadhana and everything, there may be many impediments, many obstacles will come, for sure. But if you are sincere and serious, then Lord will remove those obstacles. If you are sincere and serious, then Lord removes those obstacles patiently and diligently. He will remove them. So we need not to worry about if some obstacles are coming in our life. Obstacles will go away. In bhakti, these obstacles may come when we are performing. Somebody's health may go bad, or somebody's uh, job may go up down and this and that. Somebody may in the relatives health may go bad. Different things may happen. But if you are sincere and serious, then Lord will help us to remain steady in our devotional service and continue our devotional service. That is what it is. So like that. So once it so happened that Ramanujacharya, he took birth, or he appeared in Sri Perambadur. Sri Perambadur is around say 50-60 kilometers from Kanchipuram, on the way to Chennai. It will come around 40 kilometers like that. And there he appeared, and he shifted from there to Kanchipuram for education, because Kanchipuram was known as high seat of education that time. And when he came here, he happened to know about Kanchipurna, and he begged for the initiation from Kanchipurna. He asked for the initiation from Kanchipurna, that please initiate me. And then Kanchipurna said, no, no, you are so famous. Already Ramanujacharya was very famous. And if I initiate you, I will become famous. If I initiate you, then I will become famous. So no, I don't want to initiate you. And then, but then Ramanujacharya said, if you don't initiate me, then that means I am disqualified. I want to get qualified to be initiated by you. Like that, Ramanujacharya was requesting whom? Kanchipurna. And here only nearby, where we are sitting, the just behind us around 100 to 100 meter is the temple of Shri Varadraj. And from east gate when we come out, there is a home of Sripad Ramanujacharya. So then Ramanujacharya decided that I want to get mercy of Kanchipurna somehow or other. So in a devotional life, it is told in even in Chaitanya Charitamrita it comes that Bhakta Pada Dhuli, Bhakta Pada Jal, Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha Tina Mahabal. So when we want to advance in our devotional service, there are three very potent uh, things which help us to advance in our devotional service. What are they? Bhakta Pada Dhuli, Bhakta Pada Jal, Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha Tina Mahabal. That means what? Bhakta Pada Dhuli, the dust of the lotus feet of the devotees. Then Bhakta Pada Jala means the water which has washed the feet of the devotee, that means Charanamrit. And Bhakta Bhukta Avishesha, that means the food remnants or the prasadam remnants of the devotees. So the remnant of the food of Lord is called as Mahaprasad, and the remnants of the food of the devotees is called as remnant food of the devotees is called as Mahaprasad. The Lord's remnants are called as Mahaprasad, and the devotees' remnants are called as Mahaprasad. So whenever we meet very exalted devotees like sannyasis and Srila Prabhupada and like that, so we should try to get dust of their lotus feet and dust of their or the charnamrit which has washed their feet, and also their remnants. So Ramanujacharya also had that plan that I will somehow try to get the remnants of Kanchipurna, and by that I will be sufficiently purified, and then Kanchipurna will initiate me. So what he did, he called for the Kanchipurna to come at his home. He called Kanchipurna to come at his home, and he told his wife to arrange for very good feast, for Kanchipurna. And wife, she did. She made nice prasadam and everything. And Kanchipurna was knowing that why Ramanujacharya is doing like this. So what he did when Ramanujacharya was having some service for Lord, that time Kanchipurna came to the house of Ramanujacharya, and Kanchipurna told to the wife of Ramanujacharya, her name was Rakshakambala, that please serve me as soon as possible because I have to go back for my service. Then Rakshakambala followed the order and she served Kanchipurna, whatever he liked and everything. And then uh, when Kanchipurna was done with his prasadam, this Rakshakambala she washed everything. Our Kanchipurna he threw his own plate, and then Rakshakambala washed all floor and everything. She washed all the prasadam vessels also in which prasadam was cooked, and then again started cooking new bhoga or new prasadam for Sripad Ramanujacarya. And Kanchipurna went back. When Ramanujacarya came, he sees that, "Arey, what is this? My wife is still cooking. Did Kanchipurna come or no till now? And did is he must be coming in some time, and Prasadam is not ready." So he asked his wife, "What happened?" So wife told, "Oh, Kanchipurna came, and I fed him, and he went also." So Ramanujacharya asked, "Oh, where is the remnants? Where are the remnants of Kanchipurna?" And that wife told Rakshakambala, she told, "I threw everything. No, I threw whatever was remnant also, and whatever is remnant in food was there in even vessels, that also I threw." And then Ramanujacharya became very upset. He said, "Arey, what did you do? These remnants are very precious, and you threw those remnants only." She said, "How it is precious? Kanchipurna is Shudra, and you are the first class Brahmin. How can I serve you the remnants of Kanchipurna? What is this?" And then Ramanujacharya understood that her wife, she is very much in a caught up into rituals, very much caught up into like rituals of the caste and everything, but she did not understand that Kanchipurna is a pure devotee, he is a Shuddha Vaishnava, he is a pure devotee, and his remnants are going to help everybody. But then wife did not understand that. Then again Ramanujacharya approached Kanchipurna for initiation, and Kanchipurna said, "Enough is enough. You are too much behind me. I will go away from here." So then Kanchipurna left Kanchipuram and went to Tirupati, and he started finding Lord Balaji. Then Balaji told, "See, Kanchipurna, uh, Tirumala is already very cold because it on a hill and surrounded by the forest and everything. So it is very cool here. I don't need your service. You go from here." So then Kanchipurna he went from there to Srirangam, and there he started finding Lord Ranganath. But there also Ranganath told, "Here also on my both side Kaveri is there, and cool breeze keeps on flowing from here. So I also don't need your service." So like this, after 6 months, Kanchipurna again came back to uh, Kanchipuram and started serving Varadraj with his fan. And then Ramanujacharya again approached Kanchipurna to ask our Ramanujacharya again approached Kanchipurna to ask Varadraj some questions on his behalf, because Kanchipurna every day used to talk to Varadraj. So then he asked Ramanujacharya, "Can you please ask these questions on my behalf?" And the question was, "What knowledge I need to know to perfect my life?" What was the question? What knowledge I need to know to perfect my life? And this is the question everybody should ask. Hmm, that what I need to know to advance in my life. I hope all of you are there with me.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji. Yes,
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Because all these are there, what you say, logos are there, so I may miss. Okay. Otherwise, it is like engine going ahead and bogies are remaining behind. It should not happen like that. Hmm. So the question asked by Ramanujacharya to Varadraj was that what knowledge I need to know to perfect my life. So Varadraj replied six things. Hmm. Varadraj replied six things. That first thing he told that know that I am Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hmm. Know that I am Supreme Personality of Godhead. And second, Jiva is eternal servant and different than me. First knowledge we need to know is Shri Krishna or Lord Vishnu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is nobody superior to him and nobody equal to him. That is first. Then second, that the Jiva, the living entities, are eternally the servants of Lord, and they are eternally separate from the Lord. They will never become Lord. Hmm? They will never become Krishna, or they will never merge into Krishna. So the living entities are eternally separate. That is second thing. Means our identity, we are not going to, never going to lose our identity. Our identity will remain as it is. Then the third, only means to achieve Krishna is unconditional surrender. How we can achieve Krishna, how we can go near to Krishna, is by unconditional surrender. Unconditional surrender means no reservations and no motivations. No motivations in the sense, no ulterior motivations. Only motivation should be to serve Lord and to serve the devotees. That should be our only motivation. What should be our only motivation? To serve the Lord and to serve the devotees. That should be our only motivation. And then the fourth, till now I told three, that Lord is the supreme, Jiva is a separate and eternal servant, and third is only way to achieve Krishna is unconditional loving service, unconditional surrender to the Lord. By only that way we can achieve the Lord. There is no other way by which we can achieve the Supreme Lord. So unconditional surrender. And then the fourth, the Lord told that my love for my devotee is so much that I will make sure to remind him of myself. That means Lord loves us so much that even if sometimes we may fail to remember him at the time of critical moments, still he will remind us of himself. And the fifth, Lord takes the responsibility of us to take back to him. Fourth is Lord reminds us of himself. And fifth, Lord takes the responsibility to take us back to him. On our own, we cannot achieve. We can just pray. But Lord will give benediction and Lord will fulfill it. He will do the remaining. That is why it says that do our best and then leave rest to Krishna. And then the sixth instruction he told that you take shelter of Mahapurna. So Mahapurna is another disciple of Yamunacharya and Varadraj told Ramanujacarya to take initiation from Mahapurna. Then as soon as Ramanujacharya got these instructions, he became very happy, jubilant, and he started following this. So whenever we also get instructions from our superiors, our spiritual master, our teachers and everything, what we shall be doing? We should be following those things. This is what Shri Sampradaya and Shri Vaishnavas, that is very, very important teaching. These two things are what taught by Shri Sampradaya very prominently. One is Vaishnava Seva and second is Guru Nishtha. Guru Nishtha means whatever spiritual master tells, do it. And Vaishnava Seva means serve the devotees. Vaishnava Seva means serve the devotees. Then after some days passed and everything, Ramanujacharya was staying in Kanchipuram and he became very, very famous. There were many disciples who were coming to take his shelter. But then Ramanujacharya, he wanted to take initiation from Mahapurna. And other side, this is what was happening in Kanchipuram. At other side in Srirangam, few around a year back, Yamunacharya left the world. Yamunacharya left the world around a year back, and then there was nobody to lead the Vaishnavas, to train the Vaishnavas properly. There was the next Acharya after Yamunacharya was Tiruvaranga. The next Acharya of ahead of Yamunacharya was Tiruvaranga, but he was unable to inspire all the devotees fully, and he also accepted that, and that is why he told all the Vaishnavas that let us bring Ramanujacharya from Kanchipuram to Srirangam, and he can lead the Vaishnavas. But then how to bring? Because he is very much attached to Varadraj. How to bring him here? Who will bring him here? So then all of them they decided, Turuvaranga and all the devotees they decided that Varadraj told Ramanujacharya to take shelter of Mahapurna. So let us send Mahapurna from from Srirangam to Kanchipuram. Let him initiate Ramanujacharya. Let him make friendship with Ramanujacharya, means relationship with Ramanujacharya, and then he can request Ramanujacharya to come to Srirangam. That was the plan. So according to the plan, Mahapurna he went to Kanchipuram, and on the way only, because Shri Ramanujacharya wanted to take shelter of Mahapurna, so he was traveling from Kanchipuram to Srirangam. But both of them they met on the way. Ramanujacharya was traveling from Kanchipuram to Srirangam, and Mahapurna was traveling from Srirangam to Kanchipuram. So both of them they met each other, and then Ramanujacharya fell at the feet of Mahapurna and begged for initiation. And then and there, Mahapurna initiated Ramanujacharya. And then Ramanujacharya invited Mahapurna to please come to Kanchipuram and stay with him. And Mahapurna accepted it. And then Mahapurna started staying at the home of, like in another separate room in the home of Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya is a disciple, Mahapurna is a guru. And Ramanujacharya was very happy to stay with his spiritual master, to hear from him, to ask different questions from him, to discuss about spiritual subject matter and everything. So one day it so happened that again Raksha Kambala, who is the wife of Ramanujacharya, uh, she and Mahapurna's wife, Ramanujacharya's guru is Mahapurna, his wife. So Mahapurna's wife, she was coming taking out the water from the well, and somehow few drops few drops of that water fell into the pots of Rakshakambala. And Rakshakambala became very upset. What is this? You are the low grade Brahmin and we are the high grade Brahmin. How can you do like this? How can you spoil my vessels? And she started speaking many things. And then Mahapurna's wife, she reported it to Mahapurna. And then they decided that they will leave the place and go back to Srirangam. So without telling anything to anybody, Mahapurna and his wife they packed their luggage and left for Srirangam. And when Ramanujacharya came back to home, what he sees that Mahapurna and his wife is gone, his guru is gone. And then he asked Rakshakambala, what happened? Rakshakambala says, nothing. Little bit argument happened and I did not say much to them, but they only took it to their heart and they left. So sometimes it so happens that in the hurry of some things, and I think we may say certain things to certain people by which they may it hurts them, because the words are more stronger than even swords. So we have to be very careful of our words. And this who is low, who is high, if we start calculating that according to birth and everything, that is not good at all. That is not the teachings of our acharyas. Mhm. So then Ramanujacharya he became very upset that because of his wife he is unable to serve properly. He did not get the what you say association of his spiritual master. So he devised a plan by which finally he took sannyas. What he did there, after few days again there was one Brahmin who came to their home for begging for some alms, begging for some things. But Raksha Kambala became very unhappy with him, and she shooed him away. She scolded him and asked him to go away from there. So then that Brahmin was coming out of the home, and there happened to come Ramanujacharya again from opposite side, and he asked, "Did you get something from my home?" And he said, "Yes, I got. Nice scolding I got. Other thing I did not get anything." He said, "Okay." Ramanujacharya said, "Okay. Now what you do? You carry one letter. Hmm? I will write one letter and I will give you, and you carry that letter to your what you say, um, my wife. You carry that letter to my wife, and she will nicely welcome you there." And he said, "Okay, very good." So then he carried that letter and he told Rashikambala that this letter is from your father. This letter is from your father for Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya wrote the letter, but he told that Brahmin to tell that you tell this letter is from your father for Ramanujacharya. And then she waited for Ramanujacharya to come back. And for sure, within few moments, Ramanujacharya came to home, and he asked what happened, who is this Brahmin. He said that this Brahmin is from my hometown, and he brought some letter from my father, and this letter is for you. And then he said, okay, what is there in letter? That letter, it was there that your younger sister's marriage is there, so please send my elder daughter to home, and if possible you can also come. So Ramanujacharya said that I cannot come because I have some services, so you go to your home. And that is how Ramanujacharya sent Rakshakambala to her parents' home, and he took sannyas. It is not that he wanted to take drive away or something, but because his wife was unable to support him in his spiritual duties and everything, and that is why he took sannyas in this way. Then after taking sannyas and everything, Ramanujacharya again became very famous. But now he was still in Kanchipuram, and Srirangam they had a need. So then again devotees were discussing how to bring Ramanujacharya back to Srirangam. So then Ranganath Swami, the Mahapurna prayed to Ranganath, oh Ranganath, please give some idea, please give some way and means by which we can bring Ramanujacharya to Kanchipuram, sorry, Ramanujacharya to Srirangam. And then Ranganath came to the dream of Mahapurna and also in the dream of a Pujari, and he told that what you do, you sent Vararanga. There is one more devotee. His name is Vararanga. He is the son of Yamunacharya, and he is very nice singer, very beautiful singer. So you send him to Kanchipuram and ask him to sing for Varadraj. And when Varadraj is happy with him, Varadraj will ask for some benediction. And in that time, Vararanga should ask in a benediction Ramanujacharya that please give Ramanujacharya and ask him to come to Srirangam and lead all the Vaishnavas. And then they did like this. Vararanga went to Kanchipuram and came to Kanchipuram. We are in Kanchipuram. He came to Kanchipuram and sang for the pleasure of Varadraj. And he sang so melodiously and so nicely with so much love and devotion. So finally, Varadraj, after few months, he asked, you pleased me very much by your singing. Please ask for any boon. And for sure, Vararanga asked, please give Ramanujacharya. We want him in Sri Rangam. And then Varadraj, he conveyed to Ramanujacharya through Kanchipurna that he should go to Sri Rangam and guide the Vaishnavas there. That is how Ramanujacharya came to Sri Rangam, and then in Sri Rangam he stayed for 60 years. There are many more pastimes at Sri Rangam, how Ramanujacharya stayed there and how many different things happened there. Ramanujacarya himself was having many disciples, but his best part of his life was he wanted to stay near his Guru. Hmm, because in Srirangam who was there? Mahapurna, who is a spiritual master of Ramanujacharya. So he was very happy to come to Srirangam and stay near his spiritual master and every day hear from him about the Krishna Katha, about the philosophy and about different discussions and everything. So his joy was hearing from his spiritual master and seeing the disciples of Ramanujacharya used to see their own spiritual master sitting by their his spiritual master and hearing. So they used to become very happy. So like this. Then finally there were many disciples of Sripad Ramanujacharya and two of them are very foremost. One is Dasharathi and another is Kuresh. One is Dasharathi and another is Kuresh. Both of them are also very exalted in their own ways. Both of them were very devoted to their spiritual master. Like Kuresh, by name only we can understand. Kuresh, Ish means king, and Kura. So he was the king of a Kura area. So he was a smaller king. And he was also in the province of Kanchipuram. He was also staying in a province of Kanchipuram. So one day, Kanchipurna, he spoke with Kuresh and told that Mother Lakshmi want to see you. Kanchipurna told to Kuresh that Mother Lakshmi wants to see you. And Kuresh asked, why? Why she want to see me? Because Kuresh every day from morning till evening, he was so wealthy that from morning to evening he will keep giving some things in charity. From morning till evening, he'll keep giving different things in charity. And Mother Lakshmi got attracted by that quality of Kuresh. And Kuresh started crying. He said, Lakshmi ji is the goddess of fortune, and I am just a small king of this world. And Lakshmi ji is thinking that I am very wealthy person and this and that. To hell with this all wealth. I don't want Lakshmi ji to get attracted to me because I have some wealth and I am giving something in donation. But I want Lakshmi ji to get attracted to him by my devotional service, not by some mundane charity or mundane piety or this and that. So he was crying like anything. And then he told his wife, yeah, his wife name was Andal. There is one more Andal who is a consort of our Ranganath and Balaji, but this Andal was different. So he told his wife that let us go away from here. We will not stay in Kanchipuram because we are unnecessarily attracting the wrong thing. So he gave whatever things he had, he gave everything in charity at a time and started back from there to Srirangam. So on the way, when they were going through the forest, Andal told Kuresh that I am feeling little fearful. I am feeling a little afraid. And then Kuresh asked, are you carrying any wealth with you? She said, yes. I am carrying one golden bowl to serve prasadam to you. I am not carrying it for myself. I am just carrying one golden bowl to serve you prasadam in that. Kuresh said, give it here. This is the problem of your fear. He took that bowl and threw into the forest. And now with that whole fear was gone. So in our life also sometimes when we are carrying too many things, when we have too many attachments and too many things to care for, we get more and more anxiety, more and more fear will be there. So best is to utilize only those things which we need for our sustenance and as well as for the service of the Lord. Not more than that is not required. More than that is not required. So we can check with our superiors and everything that where to draw the line. And draw a line there and be satisfied with what we have. Then Kuresh went to Srirangam and then finally he started staying there along with Ramanujacarya and hearing from him and rendering various services for him. That is Kuresh. And after going there also, he was very much devoted to his spiritual master. That is yet another epitome of Guru Nishtha. Kuresh is yet another epitome of Guru Nishtha. And on the other side, there was a Dasharathi. Dasharathi was the nephew of Ramanujacharya, and also he was a disciple of Ramanujacharya, and he was very, very scholarly. No scholarly person, nobody was able to withstand in front of Dasharathi in debate and everything. So once it so happened that Dasharathi and Kuresh, both of them, they asked Sripad Ramanujacharya that what is the meaning of this shloka? Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvanta sarva papebhyo moksheshami masucha. So this is the 18.66 Bhagavad Gita, and this is called as one of the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. This is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, that abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me, and I shall offer you all the benedictions. Do not fear. That is the meaning. So, what is the internal meaning? What is the intricate meaning of this shloka? That who wanted to ask? Kuresh and Dasharathi. Both of them they wanted to ask their spiritual master Ramanujacharya on two different occasions. So then, because Kuresh, he was very wealthy person before, so then Ramanujacharya told him, okay, you go house to house and beg for your daily sustenance. You do madhukari for a month. You do like this madhukari and then come back. And then Ramanujacharya said, okay. So sorry, our the Kuresh said okay. So Kuresh and his wife, both of them, they every day used to go door to door and beg for their daily sustenance, and then people used to give them something, and with that they are sustaining their livelihood. And when one month was passed, then Ramanujacharya spoke with them, and he told the philosophy of this Sarvadharman Paritaja, and that time they were very very grateful to accept it. They were very grateful to accept it. And then Dasharathi, he was a very scholarly person. So sometimes when somebody is very scholarly, very much learned, then they tend to become proud. When somebody is having this Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shri. Janma means high parentage or very high birth. Janma Aishwarya. Aishwarya means lot of wealth. Shruta. Shruta means the knowledge, and Shri means followers. When somebody has many followers, when somebody has a lot of knowledge, somebody is having very high lineage, and somebody is having lot of what you say opulences, money and this and that, then one becomes very much puffed up and is unable to listen to good instruction. Is unable to listen to good instructions. That is why in Ramanujacharya, to test the humility of Dasharathi, he sent him to the ashram of Mahapurna, and he said that Mahapurna will teach you this, the meaning of this shloka. And when he went to Mahapurna, Mahapurna engaged him into the very menial service of washing ashram daily and coloring and this and that. Different things he engaged Dasharathi into. And then after 6 months around, there was another incident which happened. There was one daughter of Mahapurna. Her name was Atulai. There was one daughter of Mahapurna. Her name was Atulai. And Atulai, she was married, and she had gone to her in-laws' place. But her in-laws were very much tormenting him and torturing her. Sorry, not him, her. Their in-laws were too much torturing her. Their water was not there, no water connection or something, so she has to go around 1.5 mile, means almost 2 kilometers, walking and bringing water on the head for the household uses and everything. Then she has to clean the house, do the household chores, cook and do everything, washing clothes and everything she was doing. And still in-laws used to find some faults in her, and every time they used to taunt her. Every time they will find some, even if some fault is not there, still they will find some fault and taunt her. And specifically they will take the names of her fathers. What is this, your father is like this, like that, and he did not even send any servant with you to help us, to help into the household chores and this and that. What is this, every time you are becoming late to bring water, every time you are late to cook and this and that. So she used to cry like anything. So one day it was too much for her, and she came to Mahapurna and Ramanujacharya. And after 6 months, she came to Ramanujacharya actually. And after 6 months, Dashrathi had also returned to Ramanujacharya. And when Atulai came with this request, with this cry, that my in-laws are too much tormenting me because there is no maid servant and this and that. So Ramanujacharya looked at Dashrathi and said, Dashrathi, you please go with Atulai and become her servant. You wash the pots, you bring the water from distant place, you cook, you broom everything, you milk the cows, everything you will do. And that is how Atulai will be served. She will be happy, and that is how you will serve my spiritual master, Mahapurna, in that way. And Dasharathi he accepted readily. He did not ask anything till when I to serve and this and that. He just went and started doing all the menial services. Now just imagine, Dasharath is very scholarly person. He can write many books, many articles and this and that, and he can preach a lot. But he was asked to become a menial servant of whom? Of Atulai, who is the daughter of Mahapurna, and on whose instruction? On the instruction of Ramanujacharya. So again we see the same principle here, that surrendering to the instruction of spiritual master wholeheartedly, whatever happens, and serving the Vaishnavas. These two things are very much prominent in Sri Vaishnava, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took these two things and implemented in our Sampradaya. This Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya is there, Gaudiya Sampradaya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took two teachings from each Sampradaya and applied in our Sampradaya. So these are the two things which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has picked up from Sri Sampradaya, Vaishnava Seva and Guru Nishtha. So this Dasharathi had so much nishtha on Ramanujacharya that he, without asking any question, he just went and started doing household services and everything. And he was in disguise. He had disguised himself. He was in the disguise. So one day it so happened that there happened to come one great scholar, great so-called Vaishnava in that village, and he was giving a discourse. And Dasharathi was also hearing it. He was hiding himself and hearing. But when this speaker, orator, Vaishnava orator, he was speaking a philosophy, there was some Mayavad touch to it. And as soon as Dasharthi heard it, he could not tolerate Mayavad. So he stood up and he started speaking, he started having conversation with this Vaishnava orator. And then when this discussion was going on, Dasharathi thoroughly defeated, very respectfully but very thoroughly defeated this Vaishnava orator. And they started asking, who are you? You cannot be a simple maid servant or a simple person who is just washing uh, vessels and bringing water and this and that. You must be some great personality. And when they happen to come to their room, when they happen to come to their place, then they understood that he is a great Dasharathi. He is not an ordinary person. So they begged for him, what are you doing? He just said that I am serving this on the instruction of my spiritual master. I cannot give up this service. So they went to Ramanujacarya, to Srirangam, and told him, they begged him, please, oh Lord, please tell your disciple to come back to you. And then Ramanujacarya called for Dasharathi and he told that I am very much pleased with you. I am very much pleased with your this service attitude. Now I will teach you the meaning of the shloka Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Now, if we were asked to do so many penances and services to get the meaning of one shloka, and nobody will do. That is why Prabhupada, he has already given all the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita easily translated and as well as purports to those shloka. That how to implement those particular shlokas in our life, that we will come to know through purports and everything. And Prabhupada has made it easy for us. So we shall be seeing this, understanding this, that how important it is to what you say follow the instruction of spiritual master, and also that because we are getting everything easily, we should not take it for granted. See, Ramanujacharya, they have to struggle so much to get one copy of Mahabharata or Ramayanam or Bhagavatam and like this. Just because we are getting it for granted, we are getting it for like all the Bhagavatam sets are available and everything. You just pay some donation amount and Bhagavatam is there at your home. Not only your MI also. And Bhagavatam is there at our place. But then uh, how how to take it and how to accept it, we should have that eagerness to learn. All the facilities are there, but eagerness is not there. All the facilities are there for us to perfect our life. We have holy name, we have Bhagavatam, we have Bhagavad Gita, everything is there, but eagerness is not there. We have to develop that eagerness. We have to intensify our devotional service the way Dasharathi, Kuresh, and they were intense in their devotional service. We also need to intensify our devotional service. And how to intensify their devotional service is regularly chanting the holy names. We have to put endeavor in chanting the holy names and gradually increase and come to the 16 rounds. Over a period of a 6 month, those who are chanting 4 to 8 rounds over a period of 6 to 8 months, gradually go on increasing one round on every Ekadashi. Go on increasing one round on every Ekadashi, and finally come to the chanting of 16 rounds daily. It is possible. Many times people may give different reasons. This is there, this is not there, that is not there, but it is possible. And give some challenges to yourself. Give some challenge to yourself. It is possible. That the whole purpose is that coming, advancing in Krishna consciousness, coming up in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, whole purpose is not fulfilled. It is just like, it will remain just like a goody goody sangha, and okay, you are good, I am good, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Not in that way. So here, uh, the last point what we want to make for today is, we have the facilities but we don't have eagerness. Previously Dasharatha and all of them, they had a lot of eagerness, facilities were lacking, so facilities were provided. For us facilities are already there, so that eagerness has to be developed. We have to know how that eagerness will be developed. Understand that life is very uncertain, anything can happen at any time, any moment. We make some plan. It is said that man proposes, God disposes and proposes a better plan. That is what happens. So we may plan different things, but ultimately, if Lord sanctions, then only that plan will fulfill. We may plan many different things, but unless and until it is sanctioned by the Lord, it will not get fulfilled. Okay. So that eagerness has to be there. Understand that life is very short. Life is not certain. It is very uncertain, and anything can happen at any time. We cannot take it for granted that I am now. I am just 35, 36 years old. Till more 30, 35 years are at least remaining. So why should I become so serious in my bhakti? No, Baba, no. Prabhujis and Matajis, we have to become utterly serious and sincere. That eagerness we have to develop. The eagerness to follow the instruction of spiritual master, eagerness to go near to Lord, eagerness to chant the holy names, eagerness to think about the Lord. Chanting should not remain mechanical chanting. When we are chanting, we should diligently hear every mantra and focus on the supreme form of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Each syllable we should utter very distinctly and properly and hear it attentively. That is the chanting. Distinctly pronounce and hear. You can be little fast, no problem. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Like that also we can chant. Hmm? But the whole purpose is whatever we are reading, hearing, and doing sadhana. The whole purpose is to develop rati, to develop attraction for chanting the holy names of the Lord. If you are unable to develop that attraction, then there is no use, then there is no any outcome of our hearing and reading. The outcome of reading and hearing or association with the devotees should be that I should develop attraction for chanting. If I am not able to develop that attraction for chanting, that means there is something wrong. I am not taking association properly. I am not reading. I am not hearing. That is something wrong. I have to chant very attentively, thinking about the Lord, focusing on Him, and like this. Okay. So, anybody has any doubts, any questions, any concerns, you can ask.